We're going to take a look at working with the order bump on the page here, and in particular we're going to take a look at is how can we modify it to look different than the way it looks existing on the page. So the first thing we have to do is we have to set up a product. We have to get the products onto the page here, and then we're going to go through and look at what all the settings are. Then in later videos we're going to look at how can we modify the text, how can we modify things like the font size and the color and the weight of the text, and also spacing and arrangement of the objects on the page. My name is Dan Havey, and I'm a gold certified funnel builder. And if you want any more information on the ClickFunnels certification program, just send me a message or look for a link below this video. Now, the first thing we have to do is we have to take a look at setting up a product for our regular product and then for our bump product here. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details on setting up products in this video here. But like I said, you need 2 total products in your workspace to make this work. In this case here, this is the one that is going to be our order bump. So I came in here and I gave it a product name, a description, I gave it an image, and in the setup process here, you also give it a price of $97 in this case right here. Then when you get over here to your page itself, you go into the checkout element, you come down here to product select. We edit the products up here at the top, and then this top one up here would be the product for the main part of the checkout, and then we got our order bump down here. And in this order bump, you can click on that little gear right there, and you can give it a title override, a description override, and it says right here, product is an order bump, and then you can change the bump headline as well. And in a later video, I will show you some instances where we can use this to modify the text on the page. And then you can say, allow context to upgrade the existing order. Probably wouldn't. This is a physical product, so we'd probably be there. And then depending on how many different variations you have or variants of this product, you come down here and pick the variant that you want to be showing here as the order bump. And now we will update those included products. So the next thing we're going to do is take a look at, okay, let's close that out right there. We're going to take a look at what can we change right here based upon what's in the editor itself. So we're just going to click anywhere on the page. It doesn't really matter. It's going to open this up, and we're going to come over here, and we got our order bumps. Now, before we go there, let's go in here to our general styles, and we can come up here and we got our text style right here, and we are seeing that it is 14 pixels, and all we got to do is move this a little bit to see that that controls what is in the input blanks here. We're not working with input blanks, so we're going to just leave that one alone. We got different spacing and styling, but for the most part, what's in here, and we got inputs up here, for the most part, what's in here does not affect anything in the order bump. So we're just going to come down here and we're going to go into the order bump. And again, let me close that right there so we can see a little bit more of the page. And we got our classic view right here that looks like this. And let me just close this out again here, where you just have this little box here that you have to check. I'm not a huge fan of that because it does not tell your customer well enough, hey, I can add this item in case they kind of miss it. I think if we use the other version here, the modern version, then it puts this big gigantic add button right there. And again, we can change what this add button looks like either through the settings right here or through a little bit of code. But let's take a look at what else we have in here. Of course, we can turn off the bump styling, which I'm not really sure why you would do that. In fact, the bump just went off the page as soon as I did that. So I'm not even sure why you would turn that off. So we got our background color. So it'd be the background color just inside of the box here. So let's just see what we can do. And by the time we get done with this, it's going to be hideously ugly. But you can see here, we can make it, let's just make it more of a pink color so we can see everything else. We got our headline color right there. Let's make our headline color this horrible blue color. And we'll make our, this is our description color now. So this is the description right down here. And we're going to make that, well, we can't make it red because we already have red. So we're going to make that green. Well, we can't see that at all. So let's make that blue as well. And then we got our border color right there. And let's just do ourselves a favor and make that black. And then this one right here, let's see what this one said. This is our link color. And so let's make our link color green and see where did that link color show up and I don't really see that in here at all. I was wondering where that was going to be. So you can see right here we can make everything kind of crazy colors, but we're not really doing anything else on the page. So we got our angle, or we got our arrow style right here. So you got that little bouncing arrow, and you can make it anything you want. You can make it this carrot. You can make it any color you want again, and then you can also make it wobble or do whatever. For me personally, I'm more of a none kind of a guy and a none kind of a guy, and just completely take it off the page, especially once we get to modifying this thing. But maybe we will just leave it here as an angle, so we got that angle in front of it. So that's what we can change there. Now there's one other thing you can change here, as you see as I've been moving my mouse over this, is we can we can also include the bump image here, which I would definitely include an image. And then we can put a shadow around this whole thing if we want. Again, not really needed, but if you wanted a shadow on there for some reason, you could do that. But what I was going to say is right down here, we can come in here and we can say, replace this content, and we can click on that, and then we can, like, say, drop in a headline element right here. So this is one way where you can change obviously everything about this element now. So we can change the font size, we can change the color, we can change everything about it. So let's say we're going to left justify this now, and then of course it's going to act just like any other element on the page. We can change the font family, we can change the weight of it, we can change the font size, we can change everything that we want about it, line height. Let's squish that together a little bit more. And so that's one way that we can change this text on the page, but we're still not able to change this text up here, except you will find that if you click on it, you can change it a little bit, in that we can center justify it if you wanted to. I don't know why you would, but if you did, you'd probably want to get rid of that little carrot over here on the left-hand side. And let's see what else we can do. So we click on that gear, it brings us here. So it does not allow us, we come into text settings, these are all just words in here. So let's just go here to the general styles just for 1 second, and let's just see if I change anything here. That's not going to change anything on the size. The inputs, we already decided that that's not going to change anything either. So there really is no way to change it, even though they have the gear on there that would make you think you can change it. You really can't. You can change these items up here. I can make the whole thing. Let's just highlight the whole thing here. We can make it bold, italics, and underlined if we want. But by clicking on the gear, we can't make the text any bigger. So in the next couple of videos, I'm going to show you exactly how we can come in here and we can start modifying the text, the $97, the headline, the size of the icon. We can modify this over here. We can change the words that are in this box right here. We can, of course, change these words. And then we're going to show also how we can rearrange the items on the page to make them look like anything that you want. So until next time, my name is Dan Havey, and again, if you're interested in the funnel certification program, just send me a message or look for a link below this video. Thank you.